The word migraine stands for headache, but there is something special about migraine. It had been mysterious for centuries and puzzling the scientists. If we see a historical background of migraine, we will see that migraine was first described by the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, in 400 BC, where he said that there are accumulation of gases, fumes in the stomach, and when they come out from the mouth in the form of vomiting, the patient get better. This theory continues for a long time, and later in 30 AD, one Roman scientist again echoed the voice of Hippocrates. Later on, one Greek physician called Artesias has said that migraine is a hemicrania. It basically on the right side of the head which is affected, and this theory was served for many years. Later on, a Greek physician in 131 AD further said that it is again the disease of the half of the head, but he said it can be either on left side, on the right side, and this continues further when Celius, a Roman physician, described hemicrania and crotophone, meaning a pounding or hemorrhaging, and was accompanied by vertigo with burning of the eyes. Later on, Thomas Willy, an English doctor, and finally, a Dr. Tissot from Switzerland in 1780 established the gastric disorder with the cause of migraine. Tissot had said that migraine is a outcome of reflexes of gallbladder, stomach, and uterus. Our theory is very much resembled to that which I will elaborate later on. But this theory of Tissot was discarded by Dr. Darwin, who was the father of Charles Darwin, who was a physician, and he said migraine is a supraorbital neurological disorder, and since that day till date, migraine falls within the domain of neurology. In Ayurveda, Charak and Sushruta has described Shirorog, and they have mentioned about 13 types of Shirorog, and one Ardhav Vedak had been advocated by Ayurvedic scholars and faculties that Ardhav Vedak is similar to migraine. But does migraine fall within the neurological disorder, or does migraine is an Ardha Vedak or falls within the domain of Shirorog as described into Ayurveda? My personal experiences totally differ with both the findings. In mid-80s, when I was a young Vaidya treating patients after making my own medicine, met a lady who had been suffering with migraine for 20 years. She had been seen by top doctors, modern medicine, top doctors of Ayurveda medicine, and top doctors of homeopathic medicine, but somehow nobody was able to bring him her a complete relief. And at that time, when this lady came to me, a discussion came to my mind. How come such a London doctor are failing in their approach? So, but what is common? They were all focusing on the head. So, based on Ashtvid Pariksha of that lady, I took her pulse and I found Pitta, because Ayurveda is based on Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Her Pitta is dominant. And from that clue, I checked her abdomen and I found there was a tenderness at the gallbladder area, and the entire colon area, starting from ileocecal junction to sigmoid colon, was badly inflamed. And prescription emerged, and hypothesis emerged. Look, it is not Shirorog, it is Pitta Vardudambai, it is Pitta Shashod, it is inflammation in the colon, affecting bringing poor peristalsis, delayed peristalsis in the colon, and causing the fermentation of the food. And when these gases are going backward, and when the patient is sleeping or vomiting, they are getting better. And just based on that discussion, I structured a formula, and it was quite simple. There is a Narikal Laman medicine, because I used to prepare all this medicine at myself, so I knew the basic properties of that. So Narikal Laman is a medicine which is good for inflammation of the gallbladder. The second medicine we used was Sushekar Sitopaladi. Today it is known as Numex, and it is anti-inflammatory and Pitta. The third medicine called Rasulbati, it is Vatanulomang, because when the gases are going up, it can make them down. And Kodanti Mishran, which is a soothing effect on the head. And this formula, when was given to this lady, and after stopping tea, coffee, or acid enhancing food product, and with moderate sleep, this lady showed immediate recovery, and that was the early start of my practice, bringing me fame through migraine. And this was very heartening to me, very satisfying, and later on started getting patient, and whoever patient was coming with migraine, retrospectively, when we were checking them, they had the same clinical symptom as the first lady had, and they were having consistency in the result. From 85 to 2002, there was a small practice, and two patients were coming to me, and we were seeing the same result in these cases. In 2002, the query, the scientific quest was taking a strong urge, what is going on, and we decided a prospective study in an Ayurvedic college in Chandigarh. And that time, this my hypothesis was supported by a leading pharma company of the company, and they set up a data monitoring committee, they set up a CRF, and this CRF was based on International Headache Society diagnostic criteria for migraine. And what is the criteria? That minimum 5 attacks in a year episodic. Then second thing, 4 to 72 hours duration. Pain characteristic means unilateral or bilateral, or pulsating in nature, or moderate to severe in intensity, and aggravation by physical work. And during attack, nausea, vomiting, or photophobia, phonophobia. And other than that, there should be no history of any neurological disorder or other disorder in the body which can cause the same symptom. So these were the identical parameters which were used for the diagnosis of migraine patient. And when this patient completed this diagnostic criteria, they were put on the same Ayurvedic treatment protocol which I have narrated. And the result was astonishing. And nearly 70% patients showed complete remission, and they remained so for 2.5 years. And we compiled this data, and it was submitted to International Symposium on Migraine in UK in 2006. So though we come from Ayurveda background, but the scientists were open, and they accepted our abstract for poster presentation, and this poster was the beginning of a new science. The poster was accepted, it was discussed, and it got the publication in the formal conference, a symposium abstract in Cephalalgia of that time. We continued this practice. We gave it to other Ayurvedic doctors using the same diagnostic criteria and treatment protocol. And this time, we had nearly 17 Ayurvedic doctors across the country who compiled their data, and it was presented in 13th International Headache Society Congress in Sweden in 2007. The journey continued. We were keen to know about the safety of this medicine. It was subjected to toxicological evaluation in a Bombay-based College of Pharmacy. They evaluated this medicine for safety profile, acute, subacute, subchronic, and chronic, following OECD guidelines, and this medicine proved to be very safe. So we were going step by step further, but again it was puzzling how come it is affecting that, what it is being done. So then it was subjected for pharmacological evaluation in one of the most premium institute of the country, All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi in the Department of Pharmacology. It was tested for its analgesic activity, sedative, antidepressant, um, anticonvulsant. But what happened that this medicine did not show any effect on the established parameters on migraine which is used in animals, because there is no human model to develop migraine, no animal model to develop migraine and treat them. So this medicine, which had been showing clinical effect in all the patients, failed on pharmacological evaluation on those parameters. But meanwhile, the medicine which had been presented in USA, in Sweden, in London with toxicology evaluation and one or two publications about its clinical efficacy got permission, got ethical clearance for a randomized controlled clinical trial in the patients of refractory and chronic migraine. So chronic migraine means if a patient is having 15 days in a month migraine attack, that is chronic, and refractory means the patient who has been taking abortive medicine and then prophylaxis for 2 months it was not working and they have failed on 2 prophylaxis and abortive medicine, they are refractory patients. So these patients were nearly 184 cases was subjected to this randomized evaluation of Ayurvedic formulation in the Premium Institute under Department of Neurology by a professor of neurology, and this took long time because the strict inclusion criteria, because the patients usually should have the proof they had taken 2 prophylaxis and 2 abortive treatment. It has failed with them. After 5 years, when it was evaluated, it was found that in Ayurvedic group, nearly 20% cases were had complete relief, they were disease free, while in Ayurvedic allopathic group, modern medicine, conventional group, there was none. And this was the first example that refractory migraine, which is known as no cure, or a patient has to live with it, like their stars, like the lines of their palm, but and they cannot change their parent. Same way, their prognosis cannot be changed. But our earlier work was revalidated, and it was the proof of efficacy, and it clearly showed that Ayurvedic treatment protocol may bring sustainable and complete relief to migraine patients. So here we stand that there is an Ayurvedic treatment protocol which is safe, which is reproducible, and can bring complete and sustainable relief to migraine patient. Now we come to the question, why this approach has been working. So I will go back to our Ayurvedic literature, not to Charak or Sushruta. I will go back to Madhav Nidan, and Madhav Nidan has described in Amlapitha chapter that Brahmo Murcha Aruchi Shardi Alasya Shiroruja, and here Shiroruja stands for headache. Other than this, anorexia, nausea, fatigue, these are something which are very much close to the today's diagnosis of migraine. So later on, when we correlated our hypothesis, we found that our hypothesis is very close to this shloka of Madhav Nidan, where it is described under the chapter of Shilashopit. So we have developed a Ayurvedic treatment protocol to treat those cases who have been refractory or chronic patient, and after using so many medicine. And in that backdrop, I have many examples to quote. They have been published also, but here I will fail my duty if I don't quote this most challenging case, most interesting case of my life to treating patient. I'm talking about an orthopedic surgeon. He was 58 when he approached us. He was diagnosed for migraine, and he had been suffering with migraine for last 39 years. And the migraine has affected so badly that this gentleman was not able to wear any slippers. Forget about the shoes. And why the slipper? Because there was bad inflammation in both the legs because of the injection he was taking. He was taking painkillers, it failed. Then he started taking IM, intramuscular injections. It failed. Then he started intravenous. It failed because there were no veins left in the arms. Then it went to the legs, and very soon he developed wounds and inflammation in the legs, so he was not able to wear any slippers, and he was making orthopedic surgery barefoot. Then he went further. He was being treated by the top headache specialist of the country in Bombay. They put a pacemaker in his chest wall, and usually pacemakers are used for heart patients. But here pacemaker was used to give him signal 30 minutes before the headache, but this also failed. India has nearly 7 surgeries so far like that. It also failed. And then this gentleman came to us about 4 years back. He stayed with us, and it was a big challenge to take him off from all the medicines. But we were successful in managing that. He stayed with us for 40 days, and he was off painkillers during this period. He was able to bear it. Pain did not disappear, but it was bearable. From VAS score to 10, it was nearly 3 to 4, which is easily bearable. And this gentleman went back and continued medicine under our supervision. And after 9 months, gentleman turned up. He was a different man. He was wearing shoes, and he told that he is able to play tennis with us. So this was very heartening, very satisfying. My purpose of narrating these stories, not to advertise about the treatment. I want to tell the people who have been suffering with migraine for years, yes, there is a cure for migraine. There is a world cure. I know when I say cure, what does it mean? But many migraine patients vouch to my statement that you are the first one that who use words cure. Yes, migraine is curable, and I'm not saying it because I've seen it and I've been continuously seeing it. So this video is an effort to tell the people what has happened, and we are continuously working on that. And now our bigger task is ahead, that how to prove this working hypothesis of Ayurveda into such a way that it becomes a theory. And for that, I would need support not on financial level, but from doctors of modern medicine, scientists from different disciplines, so that an innovation from this Ayurvedic approach could be given to the world for the betterment of that, because migraine doesn't kill, but it is sometimes, it is worse than a death, because migraine affects personal life, migraine affects professional life, migraine affects social life, and it brings darkness. So there is a light beyond the darkness, and this treatment is available with us at Padav Specialty Ayurvedic Treatment Center, where each and every case is well documented and is followed up for years and years. It is never ending follow up. We follow up for 30 years, 40 years, and this is going on. So, with these words, I would like to say thank you to all of you who have been watching this and sparing the valuable time to listen to me. Thank you very much.